Hello and welcome to What's Going On, the only news show with a weenie butt host. Okay, who wrote that? Our first story today comes out of the world of terrible music, where a country singer got in trouble. Yep, Morgan Wallen is the guy's name, and he's in some hot water after a video of him saying the N-word surfaced online. A country boy saying the N-word. Shocking. Well, actually, no, that kind of checks out. To his credit, though, Mr. Wallen is trying to atone for the video, and he said he won't be performing any shows this summer so that he can stay at home and focus on his mistakes. Now, as crazy as it may sound, this decision has had a big impact on the industry as a whole and has sort of set a new precedent. In fact, any country singer who regularly uses the N-word won't be performing any shows this summer. That's right, not a single country singer will be performing any shows this summer. Next up, Tom Hanks' son Chet was in the news. And if you're not familiar with Chet Hanks, here's a little introduction.
Big up the whole island, massive. It's your boy Chetana, coming straight from the Golden Globes, you want saying? Me father Tom Hanks presenting in a what, soon forward come. Big up, tune in.
Tom Hanks' son, everybody. Anyways, Chet was in the news this week because his ex-girlfriend Kiana Parker is suing him for domestic abuse. What kind of abuse? Well, apparently no matter how much she asked, he would not stop doing that Jamaican voice. In all seriousness, though, it does seem like he really was abusive. Kiana Parker's lawyers said that Chet was a, quote, clear and present danger to Kiana, and that isn't funny at all. I mean, it really doesn't make sense. Clear and present danger isn't even a Tom Hanks movie. It's Harrison Ford. I don't see the connection. Next up, some COVID-19 news. Specifically, what's going on in my own home province of Ontario. We're currently in the middle of a month-long lockdown. There's a stay-at-home order in effect, and the third wave of the pandemic is raging on. Now, if you're a California surfer dude, you're probably thinking, oh, third wave, that's just 3 times as tubular. But it's actually pretty serious. I mean, look at this graph. Or what about this graph? Get a load of these two graphs. I mean, that's a lot of graphs. It's got to be pretty serious if they're making all those graphs. Now for our second last story of the day, it starts off with a bit of a throwback from Japan. Now, 10 years ago, in 2011 was 10 years ago. Anyways, 10 years ago, there was a meltdown at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant in Japan. When that happened, they flooded the reactor with more than 1 million tons of water to cool it. 1.3 million tons to be exact. That process radiated all of that water and made it very dangerous, and it's just been sitting there ever since. Well, the story I'm covering today is that Japan will be releasing that water into the ocean. Yep, just into the ocean. What? Why would you do that? I mean, have they not seen The Simpsons? Now, of course it's not just pure radioactive water. It has been put through a filtration system, but that system only removes most of the radioactive elements, not all of them. Notably, it doesn't remove tritium, which is an element that's harmful to humans and animals, but only in very large doses. Yeah, so 1 million tons should be fine. This decision has garnered fierce opposition from fishermen, Japan residents, and even neighboring countries. I mean, it's their ocean too. They don't want radioactive water in it. Wait. Forget everything I just said. Turtles live in the ocean, right? Proceed, Japan. Well, I don't know if Japan's been watching too much Ninja Turtles or not enough Simpsons, but either way, their decision is going to have long-reaching effects. Really, it's going to affect any country who's near them, like Russia, Korea, or even China. Hey, speaking of Chinese people, our last story of the day is about Jackie Chan. That was a good transition. Jackie Chan was in the news this week because he announced he'd be leaving all of his money to charity and not to his son, saying if he's not out there making his own money, he'll just be wasting mine. An absolutely savage remark, but you know, it might be good for the kid. I mean, Tom Hanks was nothing but nice to his son, and look how that turned out.
Booyaka, booyaka. Arr.
But even if it is good for the kid in the long run, it definitely sounds mean. It makes me think I wouldn't want to have Jackie Chan as my dad. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course I'd want to have Jackie Chan as my dad. He'd teach me karate moves, and we'd do all our own stunts together, and I'd go to great lengths to concoct an elaborate fake charity and convince him it's real so he thinks he's donating his money to a good cause, but it's really going all to me. And then I'd grapple with the morality of it all as I begin to have thoughts that I'm stealing this money. But no, I'm his goddamn son. And he's not going to leave me anything? I deserve that money, okay? Who the hell does he think he is? Yeah, man, it would be awesome if he was my dad. Well, that's the end of our show, so subscribe. Oh my god, is it that time already? I gotta get to the courthouse.